Okay, let's add a cupboard to the quote. The first thing you'll need to do is to make sure that you're actually on the home page, because you could be anywhere inside the website. So simply go up to the home page and click on it. Once you've done that, at the very top you'll find that there is a section there called Choose Your Nearest Factory Outlet or Depot. This gives you a drop down list of all the different factories and depots that we have, and in this case here I'm going to choose the one that's in Victoria in Kilsyth, and you'll see that the top section up here changes. To rechange that, simply go back in and click on and select another one. Now you're ready to actually add some cupboards. The first thing you'll need to do is actually go to the grey tab area at the top where it says Cabinets Individual. It gives you a whole range of different laundry, bathroom, wardrobe, office cabinets to choose from. In this case we're going to choose a kitchen cabinet and a base cabinet. Once that appears, you've then got a selection to choose from, for example some base drawers, a base corner cabinet, but in this case here we're just going to keep things nice and simple and we're just going to do a base door cabinet. So once you click on that, then the actual form will appear. There are some properties to actually fill out now, because now you're getting into specifying the details of the cupboard. For example, height, width and depth. At this stage I'm just going to put in, just for a normal kitchen, the height, width and depth. So in this case 600 millimeters is the actual width, and I'm going to select my door hang to be a pair of doors. If there's anything that you're not too sure about, like what does door hang mean, there are these little blue eye info buttons. Once you actually click on those, a pop-up window appears and you're going to get more information about that specific topic. Once you're done with that, you simply close the window. So each one of these little eye buttons around the website, that will give you more information, and also too, if you wanted to know about the cabinet in particular, click on the little eye button here about the top. For example, what is the cabinet made out of, how is it constructed, and that type of thing. So going down the list here, is it a sink cupboard? In this case here, I'll say yes it is. I'll say we're going to have a sink that's going to be going inside that cupboard there. And on the left hand side of this cupboard, I'm going to say that it's an applied end because it's visible or it's going to be seen. And the right side of this cupboard is going to go up against the wall. So in this case here, I'm actually going to put a filler on it. So a filler that's 30 millimeters, that'll go on the right hand side of that cupboard. So you can see now that these are not just your standard normal everyday modular cupboards. These are really smart cupboards. You can do lots of things with them and really highly customize them. Selecting a door handle, we're going to need to choose a door handle. Even if it's a no handle required, you need to select that, or alternatively choose an actual handle, one that perhaps suits you. So in this case I'm just going to choose some rail handles. And then also too, we've got to choose the actual door hinges. Again, the same type of thing, click it on. A list will appear. In this case here we've got some standard 110 degree hinges, some standard 165 degree, and I'm actually going to go for the soft close option. So all I do is click on that, and then I actually add this to the cupboard. This is the kickboard height. So if I wanted to add a kickboard height, that's down the bottom here, which is quite normal. Once I've actually done that, it'll tell me that the height now is overall 870 because it's made of the cupboard height plus the kickboard height. And it will throw up just a warning message at this stage to say that the price depends upon the finish chosen. And if we scroll down here, we get to select the finishes. So there is a whole range of finishes to choose from, anything from laminate to polyurethane paint, vinyl wrap. In this case I'm just going to click the stock standard laminate ones. If you need more information about what colours are they, what styles, what profiles, again the little blue info button. So for the kickboard, I'm going to also have that in the standard white. For the left end finish, I will also have that in standard white, and for the right end finish I'll have that in standard white. You can mix and match and change them if you wish. Now you simply need to apply the changes and edit your order. So if you click on that button, then a new window will pop up. In this window here is the actual quote window, and it's just saying that it can't calculate a delivery cost. So if you do want it to get delivered, you'll need to put a postcode in here, but I don't want to do that at this stage. I'm going to pick it up from the kill site factory, so I just need to actually tick the box. Once I tick the box, the quote details window hides, and it's telling me it's going to be a pickup. So this is now the quote for the base cupboard, just a little over $200. If I want to go back now and add some more cabinets, which is normal, I would click on the back to browsing button. It'll take you right back to the base cabinets. So you might want to select a base cabinet with a drawer in it, or alternatively you can simply click on the kitchen cabinet up here, and once you do that, then a new window is going to open up, and this will show you another range. So you've got the tall cabinetries, your upper cabinetry, and if I click on the upper cabinetry, I can select some upper cupboards. So I can simply continue on that process, again filling out the height, width and depth, and adding that to my quote. At this stage I'm just going to cancel and go back. To edit your current quote, you simply click on this button. The item will appear. If you need to edit that in any way, you simply click on the edit button and it will reappear, and you can change any of these settings that you actually see inside the quote form. There is another powerful feature here, and it's actually called a special request box. So if you do have a special request for something, pop it in this box here, and once we actually get the quote, we will then have a look at that and let you know whether that can or can't be done, and if so, if there are any price differentiations between that as well. So now actually just getting back to the quote. So if we're done with the quote now, we simply click on the Save Changes button. Oh, by the way, this quote is actually saved just in virtual memory. So it's a little bit like getting an airline ticket from Qantas or Virgin. It actually stores it in virtual memory. In this case here, it stores it in virtual memory for about 20 minutes. So as long as you keep clicking around and doing things, the website will keep resetting the clock. But if you go and make yourself a cup of coffee and you've put a whole lot of things in, and your coffee time has been over the 20-minute allowance, then what you're going to find is that when you come back, it will have cleared everything. So while you're clicking around, it is constantly resetting the clock. So you can, every time you click, it'll reset the clock back to 1 second, and you've got up to 20 minutes. So to actually save the changes, just click on Save Changes. If you already are a login customer, simply go back, log in and save. If you are a new customer, then you need to click on the registration button and save. And that's it. If there are any other questions that you actually have, and you're not too sure about how something goes or anything like that, just go back to the actual home page. Then in the home page, right at the very top, we have a contact section. Click on that. Click on the Contact Us. You can give us a call, drop us an email. A good idea, if you are calling us, have the website open, and then we can help you through it. Other than that, I hope that has been of help to you, and thank you.